Welcome to another video. So for today's video, I'm going to be using a ground bloom flower and just a piece of cardboard. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a wing for this, and then we're going to test it out and see if it flies. I don't have a glue gun here because I'm visiting, so I'm going to see if maybe a piece of tape will work to hold the wing on. So pretty much what I'm going to be doing first, I'm trying to get you guys in a good angle so you can see. So what I like to do first is I like to put this guy on here so I can see how much I need. Generally, I don't make the wing too big. So if you look at it like this, it's almost, double the size of that. So I only like to use a strip. So we'll say about maybe like that much there, just about. You can make the wing any size you want. It doesn't have to be the size that I'm making it. This is just me. So you see the wing is still a little bit big, but that'll be okay because once we trim it. So you have to have a flap go over on each side to keep it down, and then the wing forms itself because you have a strip of paper going around it. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll make a little curve like this, and this isn't okay. So last time I did it, I just made something like this, like in this shape here, and then I made a little strap, I guess you would. Let's see if it works again. Strap. So that's just a rough shape. It doesn't have to be perfect. The wing, we're just going to throw it away. I'm not going to reuse it, so that's why I'm not being perfect. And if you want it to be perfect, you can. The template on one of my videos I have, you can look on there, and then you'll be able to see how it looks, to be able to make a perfect wing. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut down this slit here, and then turn it around, cut this way. So therefore it looks like this. So you have to pay attention to where the ground bloom's at in order for it to work. So I like to take the paper off just so you can see where the actual fuse is, because if you don't, you're going to put the fuse in the wrong location and it's definitely not going to work. It doesn't matter if the wing is perfectly fine. The thrust, the vent hole needs to be at a certain area, which I always tell people, if you look at it like this, 8 o'clock. You're going to put this on top. And like I told you before, you're going to make 2 little straps, which if I had glue or hot glue, I'd be able to glue them down, and you can see that it forms a wing, like a little bit of a lift on the wing, because you're having the strap and you're pulling. Okay, so I'm going to use just a little bit of tape, and I'm going to press it down on the wing and the little strap that goes over it. So I'll do it again on this side so you can see what I'm talking about. Just take a little piece of tape, you press the strap over the wing, or I'm sorry, over the body, and then you get it to the other side of the other wing. You tape it like so. So essentially what you have is you have a wing that is attached to this guy here. Pay attention to the 8 o'clock vent hole, like I said. And then for this side, the right side, because you have to remember the opposite side of where the vent hole comes out, you want the wing to go up. So lift. As it spins, this side's going to have to lift, so you're going to put that up. And that's all you do. Okay, now I'm at the test launch pad site. Again, it's the same fabric that I made earlier. We're going to test it out, and we'll see if it actually flies. All right, go back just to make sure. See if it flies. And it tried to, but it didn't. So like I said, that was a quick way I made the wing. It tried to lift, but it didn't want to. So I used that last piece. I did a slightly different design. All I did was just cut almost like a figure 8. If you did want to make it nice and straight, like even, it's pretty much all you have to do is you pretty much just fold it in half and trim off anything that's gray or any excess. I'll show you. I used to make my wings like this before I actually started making with the little slit in the middle, or the little straps and all that. But so it kind of gives it a little bit of rough shape, which is what you normally see in ground blooms and stuff. And then what you do, actually, I see a piece there that I forgot to cut. There we go. So now it's almost symmetrical. It's pretty close. What you do is you fold it in half and you cut it down the middle just a little bit. You want to make sure that you have enough space for a ground bloom, and then you can do that. So instead of doing the straps, you can just cut it down the middle, and then you can stick the firework in there with Big Thunder or whatever brand it is. So we'll try that out. So for this one, it's a little bit better designed because it doesn't require a whole lot of taping and stuff. But same thing again, 8 o'clock, you want this little fuse to do that. And the good thing is with this is that it kind of gives you a little bit of spin. You know, you have a chance to do it, or you can do it like this. Really doesn't matter. So I'm going to put my fuse at the 8 o'clock position, just like so. Then a little tiny piece of tape, which I have right here. And I'll kind of center the wing. You don't really have to center it. It could be off center, but just for these purposes, we'll go ahead and center it. Okay, so that one is a lot faster than the other one. See how it looks. Generally, when you buy sunflowers, you know, whatever, they have helicopters, they do look like this. They have that design where you cut in the middle, like I showed you guys. You still want to, I kind of ripped the wing, but you still want to have a little bit of lift. So you want to pull that one up, spin it 180, and then lift that up. And now let's go try it out and we'll see. All right. So the first video I showed you guys when I did the rough shape, you can do that and then fold that in half and then cut it in the middle like I did with this one. But just to show you guys really quickly, two different designs. This one is the straps. This one is just cut down the middle. Essentially have the same wing design, just slightly different. This one we're going to test out. And let's test this guy out and see if he'll do anything. See, they're trying to lift, but like I said, a lot of them are not strong enough to lift. So, okay, last test. This is the third one. If you watch my other videos, you'll see that the paper wing does work. I've already did that on other ones and they work. It's just, like I said, if you don't have the appropriate materials, sometimes it doesn't work out. Let's see. And see, that one lifted this time. Like I said, they're all different strengths. Sometimes there's more powder in one than the other. I don't think they do any kind of QCing on these things. So technically you could get this to work if you had a really good quality one. These are decent quality, Big Thunder or whatever that is. So you see there, it actually flew a little bit, not very high, but I think they run out of thrust. And not to mention that vent hole, look how wide it got opened up. Once it actually does that, it loses a lot of thrust because it has to have a small hole in order for it to actually keep providing pressure. So that's another reason why they fail so quickly, is they don't have enough pressure from that big wide open hole that it falls, and that's exactly what it was doing. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is just a little, you know, lesson or whatever you want to call it, to see if you can get a standard ground bloom to fly, which you can if you get really good quality ones that don't burn out so quickly. But anyways, that's going to be it for this one, and I appreciate you all for watching. Until the next one.